Well, that's it. I legitimately begged. At the age of almost 51, I legitimately stood in front of another human being. And I begged her for help. I begged her to give me until Friday. Because I said, look, just give me till Friday. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do, but I'll figure something out. Just give me till Friday. I don't have it all. And she was like, I don't take part. I know you don't take part by this bitch. I know. So I said, just give me till Friday. That's all I'm asking. It's 4.5 days. And she said, no, I've already given you more time than I should have. And yet you've got people here 4 or 5 months that haven't paid rent, and you just filed an eviction. And that's a lie. Bitch, no, it's not. It's not. Unbelievable. I legit just stood in front of another human being and I begged. I begged. Fucking hate this. I begged. And for no reason. Well, for a reason, but with no result. Because she said, I'm filing at 3 o'clock. If you've got a letter from a program by 3 that says that they're going to pay, then I won't file. That's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. Anyway, I'm just leaving TRC now. I came to talk to their lawyers about all of this. And the best that they could tell me is when it gets filed, then it'll work its way to them, and one of them will sign on as my lawyer. So. I'm so tired, you guys. Anyway, I'm off to the next one, so I wish me luck, I guess. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry.
Here's my thing. I mean, you're putting all the earnest on the landlord to do something on your behalf. All you're giving them, it sounds like they had already gave you a lot of leeway in the situation. And now we're just settling into the present moment and acting like this is all that matters. This and moving forward. But we're not addressing the past where they've already given you some slack and you're late. Ultimately, this is what I would like to see. You're telling me that you're going to have this rent on Friday. Just give me till Friday. Well, what guarantee are you giving me that you're going to have it on Friday? Because right after you tell me, just give me till Friday, you say, I don't know how I'm going to come up with it, but just give me till Friday. That doesn't really give a lot of confidence, especially if I've already kind of given you some leeway and some time. And this is what you've come up with. You still don't have it, and you're telling me give me till Friday. Give you till Friday, or what? If you don't have it on Friday, then what are the consequences? Oh, there's no consequences. You just give yourself some more free time, and it's just really good. If you don't have it, it's just going to be, I'm just going to be ish out of luck. What's the collateral here? You can't give nothing. If you don't come up with it, then XYZ happens. Nothing. You don't have nothing of value that you want to put up for collateral or something, just to show me that you're also like thinking of me in this situation, and you're not just thinking of yourself. See, that's how I think. I'm going to listen. I'm thinking of the other person. I'm thinking of, okay, what's the constraint as far as them believing me and, you know, me also giving them some peace of mind so that they're not going all these days wondering, thinking, ruminating, and then feeling like they're going to get burned at the end of this ultimately. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually does help out more than you know.
It was an accident.
I understand it was an accident. Whose responsibility is it to read those numbers?
It was all of ours.
Okay. And what company are you from?
Invitation Homes.
And what company is that? Is that HOA? Is that a mortgage company?
It's a renter company.
Okay. Do you have a card?
I don't have a card.
Okay.
We're replacing the lock now, so we're going to get you a new lock. We didn't touch the bottom.
I need multiple keys because I need keys for every single person that needs to have a key.
I don't know how many it comes with, but
How many? It comes with 2.
They need to have a key. My mom. Okay, so that's 1, myself, my husband,
Okay.
my mom, so that's 4, his stepmom, so we need at least 5.
5 keys?
So let's make it 7,
Okay.
because my husband likes to have extra stuff.
Okay.
Do you hear that? There's 3 dogs in there that I can't get to.
I like that.
Do you understand? Who
She's
do
been
I need
taught
to
well.
take this up with? I am shaking right now because I am so incredibly upset.
Ma'am, it was an accident.
And I understand that. So look
It's
what you
an
fucking did.
It wasn't it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. My dogs are inside.
Okay. We didn't go in.
How do I know that?
They showed the wrong fucking house.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I lost. You know what? Can you go in through my back door? I don't.
Why can't you use this? Why can't you go through here?
Did you already change the lock?
No, we didn't do anything. We drilled the little holes on the side of it, but it's still good. We didn't get in.
They're in contact with the caller's ex-wife.
I want something.
Pardon?
I want something.
What do you mean you want something? I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I want like an apology.
We're offering a huge apology.
I'm sorry, ma'am. It was a non. I think you did mess up that
I
lock.
did it. All right.
Yeah. We can continue.
Go in through my back door. I don't think I locked it when I left. You want me to climb the fence?
Ma'am, it was an honest mistake, and we do apologize. Here's the thing. We've got so many of these right now, and we're backed up, and we're trying to get them all done. And
My number's on the fucking house.
Nope.
yes, ma'am, you're
Nope.
absolutely right. It is on the house.
You want me
But-
to jump to the back fence and check the door?
Well, we didn't go in the house.
So it was an accident.
Don't let them slide. Don't let them slide. Because this is a good reminder for myself as well. And the reminder is ultimately to never be too overzealous. Never be too overzealous. For my young people out there, my young guys, my young ladies, don't get too overzealous. I guess she wasn't home. So they just they couldn't wait to start drilling through their door and doing all type of stuff like that. You didn't have to do that. There were probably some other options you could have done. Hey, maybe go knock on the neighbor door. Do you know when your neighbor gets back? I'm sure there's a number associated with that home or something. If you got the police there, try to do everything in your power before you're just kicking in doors and drilling in holes, because then that will protect you. But they couldn't wait to execute that option to just drill through somebody's house and just go inside. And so you effed up. Whereas you could have simply been at the wrong house and then discovered that before you actually did anything permanent. And then even though you made an innocent error, then you'd have just gone on about your day. But you couldn't wait to do something with lasting effects. And now she comes here and she's going off. And that's what you deserve, because hopefully that's going to burn into your brain next time you're just waiting to do something overzealous and you didn't even check the number twice just to make sure. I could see if the paperwork was wrong and it had the wrong number. Then at least you can shift the blame and you were doing things under the information that you had. But you just made a dumb error. So now every time you go to a door, I guarantee you they're going to check those numbers 3 times. They're going to match them up. And before they're just ready to just kick through doors and do the most, they're going to think twice. And they're going to see what other options haven't we explored before we just do something permanent like this.
I'm surprised to see you here. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. This is the end. I'm not going to get into this argument bullshit. They should have known already to get out, so it doesn't matter to me. Here we go again. We're here at another eviction, about $28,000. The marshal's coming now within the hour. Again, she hasn't paid for almost a year and a half on them. Once again, she went for the one-shot deal. She was denied on the one-shot deal because she did too many of them already. It's a professional tenant, I call them, because they've already been doing this for so many years. Let's see what's up here. The marshal should be here in about an hour. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. You can call your mother. Your mother was told already 14 days ago that she had to get out. It don't matter. It's done. It's over. You guys owe over $28,000. So you got to get out. That's it. This is it. This is the end. I'm going to come back up, and you're going to have to get out. So I'm not here to argue with you. They do understand. This is just stupidity on top of stupidity of what goes on. But it's okay. Thank God for the marshal. I'm surprised.
Where in the heck does he live to where he has to wait until somebody owes him 30 grand before he can actually have them evicted? Goodness gracious. 30 grand. There's some people in the US who work a whole year and make 30 grand. And so basically this property that I have that I would like to turn a profit on has just been sitting for a year. And not only does she owe 30 grand, let's be real. He done evicted her. He's not just going to get into that property and everything is perfect and it's ready to go and it's ready to sell. So he may have to put another 10, 15 grand, 20 grand into the property again. So just this one room, this one door has the potential to cost him 50 grand. Crazy. Hey, I'm cool on real estate. Like trying to do rentals. I'm okay on that. I don't need another. I don't need something else to have to do and have to put out fires with.
Good morning, everybody. How the fuck are y'all doing today? Listen, I wanted to address this comment. Did you just report them to HUD and Section 8? I have been living in my apartment for 6 months and have been battling this. They spray monthly help. Okay, so I want to address your comment. First of all, I want to say I'm so sorry if you are experiencing this situation because baby, I went nuts. I don't do roaches. I can't imagine. And you saying they're spraying monthly. So here's the thing. The law requires them to have regular maintenance and extermination. So if they're doing it monthly, then they're doing all the law requires them to do, right? However, there's a such thing as infestations. Most of these owners are using sprays and chemicals that don't work, and they're hiring unlicensed maintenance workers to do the jobs, such as friends or other tenants that get kickbacks off their rent. And if they do use company, they're using the least expensive company that uses the least expensive products, and it's often not doesn't resolve the issue, especially if there's several units with the same infestation and it's not getting done in a proper way. So here's the thing. You're going to need to take pictures. You're going to need to take pictures of the egg sacs and of the babies and of the live roaches. At this point, you become inch-high private eye detective. And I know us, I'm not going to go off of genders, but feminine presenting females and some very sassy men have the ability to become detectives, and this is what you get to do, because now you're going to have to prove that it's more than just a monthly maintenance problem. It's an infestation. You're going to need to take pictures. You're going to need to document every time they come and spray what you smell when they spray. Does it smell strong enough? Is it effective? Are roaches dying after they spray? You're going to need to keep documents, and every time you take pictures and you start.
Let me tell you something, man. If you have an infestation to where you know exactly where to go find where the egg sacs are, just go ahead and kill those egg sacs. Just step on them, because that's crazy. You have to go and locate the egg sacs? That's wild. Yeah, roach infestation is crazy. But see, what we don't talk about is we have to address what is the condition that you're keeping the home. Listen, I've been renting for a long time. And I ain't never really had no infestations. You talking about an infestation? If you tell me you have an infestation and then I come to the home, I want to see that you're doing everything in your control and that the home is spotless. Then we can talk about infestations. You keep it clean, spotless, no dishes in the sink. After you wash the dishes in the sink, you spray out all the food residue that might have got into the sink. You don't leave that in there to fester. You're changing the trash out regularly. You're cleaning your trash can occasionally. And then we can talk about it. But you have to be living spotless. I don't know what the situation is with this commenter, but that's really what I'll say. Just make sure things are spotless. You're doing your part.
I've been living with roommates for the past 8 years of my life, literally 8 years, not because I wanted to, but because I genuinely could not afford to live on my own. And even though I love my roommates, one of my biggest goals growing up was always to get my big girl job and have my own apartment and finally create a space that felt like mine. So now that I'm at the point in my life, I finally started apartment hunting, and let me just say, it has been humbling. Like, this apartment I just looked at was $1,800 flat rate. And yes, everything is included, which sounds amazing, but maybe I'm just poor because that still feels like a lot for a basement, and not even a private basement because I'll be living with my landlords. Plus, it's also a 30-minute drive away from Toronto. And the crazy part is, this is the only second apartment that I've been looking into, and I'm already discouraged. I feel like I've worked so hard in life, I pushed myself, I've done everything I was supposed to build a future for myself, and yet here I am struggling to afford the basic necessities of living on my own. It's honestly such a weird feeling, wanting independence so badly, but realizing how expensive it is to just exist, and it makes me question myself sometimes, like, am I doing something wrong, or is everything just genuinely this unaffordable? I kept thinking about all the years I've worked so hard, all the sacrifices I made, and yet it feels like I'm still at square one. It's exhausting trying to keep up with life when it feels like the world keeps moving faster than I can. Some days it feels like no matter what I do, I can't catch a break. I just want to feel stable, to feel like I've earned a space where I can truly call home. But anyways, follow, so hopefully one day I can become the biggest influencer ever and maybe afford an apartment without struggling for once.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you really want independence that bad, and you finally got your big girl job, but you want independence real bad and you still want to live comfortably, then you got your big girl job, but you also need to get a big girl second job. Notice I didn't say a big girl part-time second job. You might have to get a big girl second job, working minimum 80 hours a week. It's possible, and that might be what you have to do. And you can strategize the type of job. Maybe it's a more chill job where you just sit down and you're to yourself. They've got jobs like that. Maybe it's a job where you're just driving around. Who knows? But if it's that important to you, then that's what you need to do. See, what I would have recommended is when you got your big girl job and you got that bump up in pay, you probably should have just still kept the roommates. And that way you could actually start saving. But what it seems like is she immediately upgraded her lifestyle once she got an upgrade in her job quality. And that's not smart, especially today where you definitely don't want to just be out here living paycheck to paycheck with nothing put away, no emergency fund. Now, here's what I'll say in closing as well. That does sound like a lot. Now, I know it's Canada, so Canada is not the cheapest place in the world, but $1,800 for a basement absolutely seems like a lot. And I feel like she probably could have negotiated that down, but she didn't. You can control the things that you can control. So, sure, it might have been a little bit more work on your part, but there could have been ways you could have given yourself leverage. Because if somebody's going to pay $1,800, I think most people would just get their own apartment anyway. So I say this to say, you could have easily found another apartment in Canada and been willing to go there. And then by you having this other option or two or three, just by doing a little research, all you got to do is do it from the comfort of your phone, and you can scroll all type of apartments, do that. And then by you having that leverage, now you actually have more negotiating power, and you don't just have to feel like you're going in blind when you just say, oh, that's a lot. You can actually say, well, I actually need it to be more closer to this number. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go move to this area or make this move. And ultimately, understand if they are renting out their basement, they have the mortgage, guaranteed they would just be happy to just be able to make a little bit on top of the mortgage, especially if you're already a clean tenant and a good tenant. You can also use that to your advantage. That you're a clean person, you're a good tenant, they're already familiar with you, they've already rented to you before, so they also have a certain guarantee of the quality of tenant that they're getting to. So you just have to be a little savvy out here. You gotta put in a little work yourself, and then you can enhance your situation and your circumstance. But we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually does help out more than you know. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us smaller content creators to the extent it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, and then it'll show you the points. And since I am a smaller content creator, we actually get more points. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you all in the next video.